Well, it might sound difficult, but homemade pretzels are actually easy to make right at home. They taste just as good if you were to buy them in the store.
Noreen Thomas is with us today from Doubting Thomas Farms. But first, before we get to the pretzels, you want to share your ratatouille moment with us, Christy Larson?
So I had to taste test the pretzels before we went on air, and it brought me back to my grandma Lorraine used to make these homemade rolls, and I went instantly back to their old house in the kitchen with their green refrigerator and cupboards and stuff, and I just was sitting there eating.
If you've ever seen the movie Ratatouille, there's that part where is it Ego or Ergo? He has the ratatouille.
Ego, yeah.
And he goes back to it, and like Christy Larson had that exact expression on her face.
I went back to my grandma Lorraine's house in her kitchen. Noreen, these are delicious.
Thank you. That's exactly what we want. Sometimes the simplest traditions and doing something with the kids and grandma is just one of those heartwarming things for this holiday season. So I thought we'd do some pretzels, and maybe you can have a holiday tradition at your home. Very, very simple. We made this with very minimal ingredients. And as you can see, you can use it for a sandwich. You could cut that pretzel open, use it for a sandwich, cheese sandwich. You could dip it in cheese. You could put dill into the bread mixture too to kind of season a little bit more. You could put thyme, just make it more interesting. But you'll find that everyone's creation in this looks a little different, and that's what's cool.
Right.
Is you can see that the yeast was very active in these. These are very large pretzels, but they also fill you up, and you can add oats to them too to kind of make more fiber and kind of something with substance. And you can do it fancier. You can make it with rye flour, whole wheat. But let's just do a basic one. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I put the flour in this bowl for Chris because last time I got flour all over him, so I thought I would do a little bit better this time. So we have flour. We got this from the bulk section of Prairie Roots Food Co-op. This is actually flour from our farm. It's wheat, and it does have the germ in it, so it's a little bit heartier. It's actually NDSU variety of wheat, so we're kind of proud of that too.
Nice.
So we have that, so we're going to start with that. Christy, do you want to pour some milk? I like to use milk in my recipes. I have about 3 cups of flour here. We're going to do about a cup of milk. The milk that you want to use is a 2% at least, if not a whole.
Am I pouring it in this?
Yep, you're going to pour that in there. And what we like about that is then you don't have to add butter. It's got it in it. We're going to add that. Chris is going to start to kind of stir that up a little bit. And we're going to add about a tablespoon or so. I don't know. We'll have to try and get this out.
Is that honey?
Yes, of honey. So we might have to do the opposite, Christy.
I'm in charge of that? Okay.
Good luck, Larson. That looks...
Is that about a tablespoon?
That's about a tablespoon.
Scoop that off.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then let's do another one for good measure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not going to complain about more honey. Uh-oh, it got on me.
Thank you.
I like honey. It just adds a different component. You can use sugar. And we're going to put a little bit of yeast in there, about a tablespoon. And we're just going to mix that. And the trick with this is you can see that Chris in the bowl, it's very sticky.
Right.
What he's going to do, I like to use like a KitchenAid, or if you're doing it by hand, you got to add enough flour so it pulls away from the bowl. It's just that simple. That's the only ingredients. You'll start to see it form a ball. We don't have enough flour here to show, but this is what the product would look like. It's a nice bowl, and I want you to kind of feel it. We're going to actually make pretzels, each one of you.
Nice.
See how it isn't sticky?
It's not sticky, but it's squishy.
Here you go. It's squishy. And here's one for Chris. So you guys are going to roll.
All right.
Make the pretzels. You're going to make like a string, or like a snake, we used to call them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
One thing with this, once you get it to this point and they're rolling it out, you would put it in the oven at just warm temperature for about 30 minutes.
I need some room to roll over here.
And it will double in size. You can see these got way big, but you can make it very thin pretzels. See, and Chris is doing it real good. Actually, pretzels were from
Are you
Europe.
going to do a pizza toss in a minute here, Larson? Or
No,
what?
I was just getting the dough good. I'm activating the yeast in it by doing that, aren't
Oh my
I?
God.
Yes, you're.
I watch a lot of baking shows.
She's a pro here. And you can, at this point, you can either make just a round ball too for bread. But if you want to make pretzels, just make it into that long kind of snake things like Christy is here.
And then just kind of form it however I want to do this thing, or
Yes, and usually with pretzels,
there's
it's
my
a
pretzel.
heart.
Yeah, there we go.
Aww.
Oh, how nice. That's perfect.
He's feeling the love today.
I am. It's
Wow.
Christmas time. There we go.
And Christy, we'll see what she comes up with. Pretzels actually are meant to serve like hugging or prayer. So they cross.
Oh, prayer. I'm going to pray for Christmas.
Pray for Christmas. So
Okay, here I
you
come.
would cross it. So let's see
over.
how she does this.
Isn't it like a little like,
You can
hold
make-
on, my middle's not, ooh. My middle's not thin enough. Dirt, dirt, dirt.
There
Wow.
you
Wow.
Ba-bam.
And that
Well done.
then, once it's raised for 30 minutes, it will double in size. So with Christie's too, she might want to make it thinner because it's going to turn out like this. But maybe she
Or you
wants
like
like
it that
this.
way.
Yeah, she likes it that way. So then after it raises or doubles in size, then we would bake 350 degrees for 30 minutes. At this point, now, do you like more bread or do you like more harder?
However you made it.
Okay, this was done with an egg wash then. At this point, after it raises for 30 minutes, then we would just take one egg with just probably a couple tablespoons of milk, blend that really well, and just kind of brush this on top of the pretzel. Or sometimes what I do is if I can't find my brush is I take a little paper towel and get it wet,
Right.
put it in the egg solution and put it on top. And then what I could do is just add salt, but because Grandma's coming and maybe has high blood pressure, I didn't put salt on here. But you
It's good
can.
plain.
It's
Yeah.
good plain.
We'll have the recipe up online. Let's tell people too where they can go and get these oatmeal soaps.
The oatmeal soaps we just launched this week. It's with a partnership with Lakeside Soaps. We use 3 times as much rolled oats. They're at Birnbaum's, Downtown Bagel Shop, and Swanson's Health Retail. They smell great. It's very pure products. It's a nice gift. And it's just another way to have your oats.
It is awesome. Thank you, Noreen.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. We're going to show off some fancy plants and our green thumbs right after this.